What's up guys, it's Michaela. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be giving you guys whale watching tips and essentials to bring with you on your whale watching trip. So if you guys didn't know, I am a wildlife photographer and a deckhand for the whale watching company Newport Coastal Adventures. If you guys have not checked them out, highly recommend that you do. I think we are the best whale watching company in Southern California. Not a biased opinion at all. I looked for videos like this on YouTube all the time when I first got into whale watching, so I hope my advice and tips can help you guys when you are booking your whale watching excursion. So I hope you guys enjoy, and let's dive in. I'm gonna start off with the tips and tricks. So the first two go hand in hand. The first tip is to book ahead of time. You don't want to book for a big party the day before you want to go, because you run the risk of them not having enough room on their boat to fit your whole party. So I recommend at least 1 week in advance. That gives plenty of time to find a time and day that will fit your schedule and will fit all of your party if you have a big group of people going out with you. Tip number 2 is look at their trip logs. Newport Coastal Adventure posts every single day what they see on their charters, every time, every day of the week, and I highly recommend you guys check that out so you have a good idea of what they have been seeing. Just a little disclaimer, they can be seeing whales for 3 weeks and then the next day they see nothing. This isn't SeaWorld and they can't control the animals, but the trip logs can give you a kind of idea what they have been seeing lately, but you are not guaranteed to see what they have been seeing. Tip number 3 is book in the morning if you want better weather. Typically in Newport Beach, it is gloomy and cloudy in the morning, which blocks the wind, which makes the ocean glass conditions. It is so beautiful in the morning. Later in the day when the sun comes out, the wind picks up, and we had to cancel our 5 p.m. yesterday because it was just so windy and so rocky. On our 3 o'clock, it was already super bad and I was just miserable. I don't get seasick very often, but I was about to see my lunch. And luckily, we went back into the harbor just in time. Tip number 4 is besides weather, the time of day really doesn't matter. They pretty much can find animals at any trip. They can find a humpback whale in the morning and they won't be able to find it in the afternoon, or they won't have a whale in the morning, but they'll have 3 whales in the afternoon. It really does not matter what time of day you go. You have the potential to see animals on every trip. However, I personally like going in the afternoon more, because if they did have a whale in the morning, most likely every whale watching boat will be on that whale all day. So if you go out on a 3:15, another company who is on the whale right now will be able to tell you, hey, we're on a humpback whale at these coordinates. So I think in the afternoon you have a slightly better chance of seeing animals, but I know they find animals all the time on their first trip out. So time of day really doesn't matter, but if I had to pick a time of day where I would go, it would be the afternoon trips. Tip number 5 is if you get seasick, book a whale watching trip on a smaller, faster boat, such as our Zodiac boats. When you go on a big boat, they go like 10 miles an hour, and when it's super rough seas at 10 miles an hour, you're gonna rock like this, and it's gonna escalate your seasickness so high. If you go on a Zodiac, we go 30 to 40 miles an hour, super fast, so it's a little more bumpy, like jerky, but it's not the swaying motion. I get super seasick when it's really bad swaying. So if you're like me and don't do well on bigger, slower boats, I highly recommend booking on a faster, smaller boat. Tip number 6 is go to the bathroom before your trip. Right before we depart, you need to go to the bathroom. I have had so many people on charters say, I have to pee, and I'm like, we're out in the middle of the ocean. You can't go pee. Always, always, always go pee and go relieve yourself before your trip. Tip number 7 is if you get chapped skin on your face or your face gets super cold, bring a buff. These double as a face mask right now, so you can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. A buff is just a face covering. I'll insert a picture on what it looks like. They're basically just cooler face masks. Mine's just an American flag. It's by the brand, I don't know what brand it is, but that's their logo. So if you know what brand this is, let me know. My boyfriend gave this to me. I love this. I just wear it around my neck. I don't have to worry about taking a mask off and putting it in my bag. I just go like this when I need to be wearing my mask, and I can take it down and have it around my neck when I don't need it. These are great for deterring the wind on your face. I get super dry skin, so these are great if you want to protect your face, and they provide sun protection. I recommend these to anyone who frequently goes on boats. A lot of my captains use them, and a lot of the deckhands I know use them as well. I'll link a website down below where you can get really cool buffs. I think it's called buff.com. I'm not 100% sure, so I'll link it down below for you guys. Number 8 is please tip your crew. I can't describe the feeling when you have an amazing time out on the ocean and you don't get tipped as a deckhand or a captain. It's just a really crappy feeling. I always tip, even if I just have $5, I'm like, hey, here you go, here's a few extra pocket money for you. So always tip at least a little bit. I've had trips where I'm tipped $5, and I've had tips where I walk away with a $100 bill in my hand. So it does not have to be that extreme, but a little bit goes a long way, and it's the thought that counts. So please be nice, tip your waitress, tip your deckhand and your captain. Tip number 9 is eat beforehand, but not right before you leave. If you eat right before you leave, your food is not going to have time to settle in your stomach, and if it is a little more rough out on the ocean, you are not going to feel good. I have eaten lunch leaving the harbor, and I felt like yakking the entire time, and it wasn't even that rough out at sea. I just recommend probably eating like an hour before your boat is supposed to leave, so you can give your food time to settle in your stomach, and so you don't want to throw up on your trip. Tip number 10, my last tip, is ask questions. I love when my passengers are super engaged and super into the animals we are seeing and have a bunch of questions. No question is a dumb question. I'm super educated on these animals, but I know not everyone is, and a lot of people have never seen these animals before. So ask questions, even if you think it's a dumb question. It's probably not. I have heard some really far-fetched questions, so just ask questions. It will not hurt, and you'll walk away with some new information. The next section of this video is going to be the essentials I think everyone should bring on a whale watching trip. Essential number 1 is your camera. You don't want to have an amazing animal encounter and not have a camera, whether that's a point and shoot camera, a DSLR, or even just your phone. You're gonna want something to take pictures of. If you guys are interested in checking out my photography, my account is always linked down below, and it's always at the end of my videos. I would really appreciate you guys checking that out. I'm saving up for a new camera, and I'm so excited. Essential number 2 is bring layers. It is always 10 to 15 degrees cooler on the ocean than it is on land, and since we are a fast boat, it gets really windy and really freaking cold. I will wear this shirt, a hoodie, and a windbreaker with long pants and tennis shoes, and I'll still be cold, and it's 90 degrees on the mainland. So don't ask any questions, just listen to me when I say bring layers. If you're hot, you can always take them off, but if you don't bring layers and you just wear a t-shirt, you don't have anything to add on to you, and you're gonna freeze and you're gonna be miserable. Essential number 3 is Dramamine. Less drowsy, of course. You do not want to get the drowsy. I have done that before. My first time whale watching, I got drowsy Dramamine on accident, and I fell asleep and I didn't really see anything, so don't do that. I always carry this in case I need to take it, or in case a passenger needs to take it. I've given it to a passenger 1 or 2 times. Just take 2 of these before you get on the boat and you should be good to go. Essential number 4, sunscreen. Even if you bring a buff, you're gonna want to protect your forehead, your arms, everything. You just want to protect your face from the sun and your skin from the sun, because you do not want wrinkles. So just bring sunscreen. It's as simple as that. Essential number 5 is extra money to tip, obviously. Number 6 is a hat. I do not wear hats when I go whale watching. I just personally don't like how I look in hats, but I know a lot of passengers do wear it, and it does help keep the sun out of your face. So bring a hat or a visor. Number 7 is sunglasses. I have Ray-Bans. I don't wear them that much because they're not prescription, and I wear glasses, so I do need to invest in some polarized prescription sunglasses. If you have polarized sunglasses, that is amazing for whale watching. You can see down below the water so much better. You can see in the glare so much better. highly recommend glasses, and if it's possible, polarized sunglasses. Number 8 is chapstick. Need I say more? You guys know I am a chapstick fiend, and you're just gonna want chapstick. Last essential, number 9, is closed-toed shoes. My captains sometimes wear sandals, and I don't know how they do it. When my feet are cold, I'm freezing. I always wear tennis shoes. I recommend you guys wear tennis shoes. Your feet are gonna be a lot warmer, and you're gonna thank me later. Those were all of my whale watching tips and essentials to bring. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you guys bring something else on your whale watching trips that I did not mention, comment them down below. I'm always looking for more things to add to my work bag, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!